Will everyone please stand and join the class of 2026 as they lead us all in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem, which will be led by the Jonathan Law High School Choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Let's give another round of applause to the choir and our bands. Thank you all, and please be seated. Mayor Smith, members of the Board of Education, Board of Aldermen, Board of Finance, Dr. Kataya, Mr. Altieri, Mr. Brennan, Central Office Administrators, Mrs. Ferrati, Mrs. Stozicki, honored guests, faculty, staff, family members, and most importantly, the class of 2026. Welcome to the graduation commencement of Jonathan Law High School. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Anna Kataya, Superintendent of Schools for the City of Milford, who will present the salutatorian and valedictorian.
Thank you, Mr. Darcy, and good evening, everyone. As the superintendent of Milford Public Schools, I'd like to extend a special thank you to all of the members of the Board of Education that are present this evening, our mayor, who is incredibly supportive of our school system, and all of our distinguished guests that are present this evening. Today is a great day of celebration, reflection, and pride, and a moment that marks both an ending and a new beginning for the class of 2026. It's a time to honor hard work, dreams achieved, and the bright paths ahead. Tonight's ceremony is a milestone that reflects years of perseverance, learning, and growth. Superintendent, I could not be prouder of this graduating class. You have shown resilience and passion and heart, and we celebrate the strength of your character as much as the strength of your achievements. It is with Take 3. It is with great pleasure that I introduce your salutatorian of Jonathan Law High School, class of 2026, Miss Fiorella Gargiulo. You want to stand right here for a minute? I love this girl's smile. So before you hear from Fiorella, let me tell you a little bit about her. Fiorella's time here is marked by a deep tenacity that will bring her very far in life. Driven by a deep curiosity and a natural gift for problem solving, Fiorella has consistently redefined what it means to be a student leader at Jonathan Law. She has thrived in our most challenging courses, taking 7 advanced placement courses and 2 dual enrollment courses, earning AP Scholar with honors and the College Board 2025 National Recognition Award. She is this year's recipient of the Medal of Excellence in Mathematics and the James Radley Mattioli Memorial Math Scholarship. Her exceptional performance in science not only highlighted her academic strength, but a lifelong passion for research and discovery. But Fiorella's impact on our school community goes far beyond her academics. She is graduating tonight with the esteemed distinction of graduation with distinction. If you ask Fiorella, she would say her proudest accomplishment in her 4-year tenure is the Fall Female Athlete Clinic that she initiated. As a very proud varsity soccer captain, she noticed that engagement was decreasing for young female athletes joining the program. So instead of standing by, she took action. The Fall Female Athlete Clinic brought an elective-style approach to sports, allowing girls to try out various activities in a supportive, less intimidating environment. This incredible initiative successfully drummed up interest, uplifted incoming freshmen, and directly boosted engagement for the soccer program. Now that's leadership. Yeah, we'll take an applause for that. So on top of her athletic leadership, she's dedicated her time to lifting up her peers as a student tutor, operating under the desire that she wants to help others find the joy in learning. What makes Fiorella truly remarkable is the balance she strikes between academics and creativity. During her sophomore year, an introductory photography class sparked a brand new passion. After asking for her first camera, she quickly became a fixture at school events, capturing sports photos, musical performances, and as she puts it, freezing special moments in time where people were thriving in their element. Her visual eye even led her to work as a photo intern and apprentice for Milford Life magazine, all while working locally at one of my favorite spots, the Walnut Beach Creamery. And if that wasn't enough, she decided to challenge herself in a completely new way this year by joining the drama club. Why not? One more thing. Though she wishes she had joined sooner, she described her time in the show as magical. It provided a welcome escape from the unique stresses of senior year, culminating in the unforgettable feeling of taking her final bow on stage. A perfectly fitting way to mark the end of this chapter. But looking ahead, this fall, Fiorella will be heading to Boston to attend Northeastern University. She will begin her journey majoring in chemical engineering, a foundation that suits her desire to research and innovate. But true to her dynamic nature, she's already looking ahead, exploring how her love for science might bridge into sports medicine. She spent her senior internship at Pro Elite Physical Therapy, thoroughly enjoying the opportunity to explore the field and witness patient care firsthand. Her drive, boundless curiosity, and passion to help others will take her incredibly far. And there is no doubt she will continue to do revolutionary things at Northeastern and beyond. will you join me one more time in welcoming the 2026 salutatorian Fiorella Gargiulo.
Thank you so much.
So proud of you.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Before I start, I would like to thank all the amazing people who have shaped Milford Public Schools to what it is today, and the devoted members of the Board of Education. Thank you to the teachers and staff who helped make it possible for me to speak today, and Mr. Darcy for making me proud to be a lawman. Thank you, Mayor Smith, Dr. Kataya, Mr. Altieri, and Mr. Brennan for all you do, and Ms. Falmey for taking the time to speak with me. I cannot begin without thanking my family, my mom, dad, Maddie, Riri, and Mateo for your unconditional love and support, and my fellow graduates who deserve all the accolades and appreciation offered today. Now, raise your hand if someone special is here for you today. Okay, raise your hand if it's a family relative. Now, raise your hand if the person you are thinking of is under the age of 4. I'd like to take this opportunity today to tell you about my 3-year-old baby sister, Elena. Elena became a part of my life during the winter of my freshman year. She wasn't your typical baby. She never really clapped her hands together and laughed when you played peekaboo. She often looked at you like she woke up on the wrong side of the crib. Although my not-so-baby brother Mateo was my entertainment in elementary school, it took a bit getting used to having a little human around the house again. During my sophomore year, Elena turned 1, and her teeth began to show. She started to make loud noises and walk around, banging her hands on any object she could. When I entered my junior year, she entered a scary stage, the terrible 2s. Now, with a voice of her own, we could sing together. I could ask her what toys she wanted to play with, or if she wanted to take a field trip to Sissy's room to make a complete and utter mess. Now, senior year. Elena was her own person now. She seemed to be a lot angrier when she couldn't figure out something, and like me, was always dancing around the living room to whatever movie was on. As she grew up, so did I. And it wasn't until I hit the last submit application button next to her that I realized how much life had passed me by and how soon my 4 years here would be coming to an end. When Elena would ask, "Sissy, what's wrong?" I couldn't just tell a 3-year-old how exhausting it was to be 17. Instead, one day, I took her outstretched hand and followed her outside. I sat on the steps and watched her in her element. She sat on the grass with her shovel and started to fill a watering can with dirt. I was about to correct her and say, "No, silly, you put water in there." But then I stopped myself. What was there to gain by telling her what she was doing wasn't conventional? She poured out the dirt, and guess what? She did it again, about 5 more times. No one told her to do it, she just did, because it made her happy. Just like how she likes to mix all the colors into brown when she paints, or sings "Let It Go" when The Little Mermaid is on. She does all of these things because it makes her happy in that moment. Think back to when you were a kid. What made you happy? Was it making a Play-Doh dog and then eating it? Was it picking up worms and showing your mom even she had 1,000 other things to worry about? Or maybe it was taking a very serious phone call on the remote. For me, I would sit my family down and make them watch my one-woman show of the Pout Pout Fish. And no, they couldn't get up until I was done. Performing makes me happy, and it has since I was a kid. And through performing, I have found such a powerful community through musical theater and will push to continue to do so in college. Think about what you love to do when there were no deadlines and no expectations to meet. Why did you stop? Did you get too busy? Or did you simply forget because the stress took over? Don't suppress your favorite parts about yourself just because your to-do list seems to never end. Instead, find spots in that to-do list to experiment and find who you are again. As I close this chapter of my life, I get to witness someone's first few chapters beginning. High school was filled with lots of lessons to learn and a lot of assignments to complete. As a class, we created so many memories, ones we will want to remember forever, and others we may want to leave behind. We pushed ourselves to get where we are today, even when it got exhausting and challenging. But despite all the late nights and tears, the sun still rose each morning, and we made it here today. As you move on to the next step, think about not only all the hard work that brought you to this spot, but also the kid you used to be when there were no societal pressures at all. That kid would look at you in your cap and gown and would be so proud of how far you came, past the grades, past the resume, and past the stress. We were all like Elena once, and still can be. Make your little you proud, find what brings you joy, and never lose sight of who you are. Even that means filling a watering can with dirt. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2026.
This is my third graduation year, and I am blown away by our young people and the message that I'm sure they're speaking to each and every one of us here today. By any chance, is Elena in the audience? There she is, Elena! A future lawman, Mr. Darcy. Get her a t-shirt. It is my distinct honor at this time to introduce to you the valedictorian of the Jonathan Law Class of 2026, Miss Sia Patel. If I had to choose one word to describe Sia, it would be connection. When you look back at her journey, her entire 4 years here at Law have been deeply centered around connecting to people. She has proven true excellence. It's about using that knowledge to uplift her peers and create a sense of belonging for everyone around her. For Sia, success is measured by the strength of the relationships she builds in the community she nurtures. An aspiring physician, Sia has fueled her passion for science both inside and outside the classroom. As president of the Science Club, she led her peers to prestigious competitions, including the Harvard Science Olympiad. Her analytical mind was on full display when she competed in the forensics category, earning second place in the entire state of Connecticut. Yes, that's right. Second place, amazing. And there's a very long list of accolades that she has achieved, including the very prestigious Yale Book Award. Let's do it again. That dedication to science led her to a senior internship in internal medicine at a local outpatient doctor's office. There, she observed a wide variety of patients, solidifying her dream of going into healthcare, a field she is drawn to not just for her interest and passion for biology, but, you got it, for the human connection element. She wants to enter the healthcare field to build relationships and improve the lives of others. One thing Sia is clear about: her compassionate nature is woven into everything she does. As the board chair of the Milford Student Equity Coalition, she helped design and send out critical surveys, driving conversations and community-wide advocacy efforts. Recognizing the power of representation, she wanted to create a space for students to connect to other people who were part of their community. She founded the Asian and Pacific Islanders Club at Law, creating a meaningful space during advisory for students to connect, share, and celebrate their heritages. And through her leadership, she didn't just start a club. She built a supportive environment within law where students could openly share their stories, learn from one another, and find a true sense of community. Sia took a demanding course load in her time here at Law, She took 10 AP courses and 4 dual enrollment courses, earning AP Scholar with distinction. Despite her time and dedication to her studies, Sia has poured countless hours into enriching her community. What makes Sia truly remarkable is how she prioritizes caring for others. Tonight, she is graduating with distinction. She's been a constant support at the Hindu Cultural Center events, worked to educate others at the Bethel Center, and has been a dedicated volunteer at the Milford Public Library. Her selfless service to our city was officially recognized when she received the Mayor's Youth Award. A dedicated tennis player for 14 years and varsity captain, how do you find time for that? She has brought her focus and competitive spirit to the courts, earning all SCC and Scholar Athlete honors, and she looks forward to continuing that passion with club tennis in college. And one of her most special memories was at the sophomore year dance when that spirit of connection came alive as the entire class came together as one to sing along to the song we all know well, Natasha Bedingfield's Unwritten. This fall, Sia will be continuing her educational journey at the University of Connecticut, where she has been accepted into the honors program, majoring in biological sciences. We have no doubt that the values that you have forged here at Law, Sia, your empathy, your brilliant mind, and your gift for building community will one day make you an extraordinary physician. And we can't wait to see that happen. One more time, congratulations, Sia Patel. Congratulations, my friend.
Good evening and welcome to Mayor Smith, Dr. Kataya, Mr. Autieri, Mr. Brennan, Mr. Darcy, members of the Board of Education, Jonathan Law staff, family and friends, and most notably, my fellow graduates of the class of 2026. Before I begin, I want to thank the people who helped us get here. Thank you to my parents and my younger brother for always being there for me. I wouldn't be standing here without you. To our families, teachers, coaches, counselors, and staff, thank you for your guidance, patience, and belief in us. You challenged us to be better and helped shape the people we are today. And to the class of 2026, thank you for the memories, the friendships, the laughter, and the countless moments that made Jonathan Law feel like home. As I thought about what I wanted to say tonight, I kept coming back to a tradition I've had since 3rd grade. On the first day of every month, before saying anything else, I say 2 words, rabbit, rabbit. It started when my teachers told my class that saying rabbit, rabbit first thing in the morning would bring good luck for the month ahead. 8-year-old me believed that immediately, and somehow, all these years later, I still do it. My friends have definitely laughed at me for it. My family expects it. But over the years, I've realized that rabbit, rabbit was never really about luck. It was about hope. It was about beginning each month believing that something good could happen. And I think that's how many of us began our time at Jonathan Law. 4 years ago, we walked through these doors carrying hopes we hadn't quite figured out yet. Hope that we'd make friends. Hope that we'd find our place. Hope that we'd discover who we wanted to become. And somehow, between freshman year and tonight, we did. We've spent countless hours studying, competing, performing, volunteering, creating, and learning. Most importantly, we've become the people sitting here today. And while we've all had different experiences, there are certain moments that connect us as a class. We packed the student section, showed up for one another at games, performances, concerts, and competitions, and celebrated each other's successes as if they were our own. We counted down the minutes until summer break. We stressed over tests that, at the time, felt like they would determine our entire future. We shared moments that none of us could have predicted, too. Freshman year, we were still figuring out how to navigate high school when, somehow, Logan Paul showed up at the Thanksgiving football game. One day, these moments will become the memories we remember most. When I think back on our journey through high school, one moment stands out. During our sophomore ring dance, Natasha Bedingfield's song, Unwritten, started playing. All of us crowded together on the dance floor and sang every word at the top of our lungs. At the time, it was just a fun night with friends. But looking back, I think there was something very fitting about it. The song is about a future that hasn't been written yet, and that's exactly where we were. We were sophomores. We didn't know where we'd go to college, what careers we'd pursue, where life would take us, or who we'd become. All we knew was that there were still a lot of blank pages ahead. The funny thing is, that's still true. Yes, we've written some incredible chapters during our time at Jonathan Law. We've built friendships that I hope last a lifetime. We've discovered talents and passions. We've accomplished goals we once thought were out of reach. And we've made memories that will carry with us long after tonight. But our stories are still unwritten, and that's not something to fear. It's something to be excited about. As we leave Jonathan Law, we'll all head in different directions. Some of us are going to colleges and universities across the country. Some will enter the workforce, some will serve in the military, and some are still figuring things out, and that's okay. Because life isn't a race to see who reaches a destination first. It's about continuing to grow, learn, and become the people we're meant to be. If you've known me at all during high school, then you probably know there was no way I was going to give this speech without mentioning Harry Styles. My senior quote comes from him, and the more I've thought about it, the more I believe it's the perfect message for us as we begin this next chapter. He said, "If you're happy doing what you're doing, then nobody can tell you you're not successful." I think that's something our class has learned over the past few years. For most of our lives, success has been measured for us through grades, awards, scores, and accomplishments. But after tonight, we get to define success for ourselves. Success won't look the same for everyone here, and that's exactly how it should be. Success is building a life that is meaningful to you. It's finding purpose in what you do. It's making a positive impact on the people around you. So as the class of 2026 leaves Jonathan Law High School, I hope we continue to approach life with the same hope that brought us here 4 years ago. I hope we embrace the uncertainty of the blank pages ahead, and I hope we have the courage to write lives that are uniquely our own. Tomorrow morning, we'll wake up as graduates for the very first time. And while I can't promise any of you good luck, I can promise this. We have already proven that we are capable of far more than we once believed. The blank pages ahead are ours to fill. The rest is still unwritten. Congratulations, class of 2026. Thank you.
Okay, now I have to follow both of those, so congratulations again. Thank you to Fiorella and Sia. To the class of 2026, while today marks the end of your time as Jonathan Law High School students, I'd like to start off by saying that you'll always be a lawman and you'll always have our school for a place to call home. The memories you've built with classmates and staff over the past 4 years will bring a smile on your face long after this evening. These are memories that last a lifetime. I hope you're able to stay connected as a class and continue to build upon these memories over the years to come. Today is a special moment for your family. As a parent myself, I can only imagine what this day will look like when my 2 daughters graduate high school. Your family has been there from the beginning. They remember your first smile, your first step, and when you walk across the stage today, a new memory will be created. Your family will smile today. They will definitely shed some tears today. And they will take lots of pictures. Let them take as many pictures as they want. This is all part of their process. Graduating from high school is a special moment that we all value. My first piece of advice today is to stay in this moment. Put the phones down, cheer for each other, take as many photos as you want after our ceremony, and cherish this memory as the class of 2026. Each year, I always highlight some data for our students, families, and honored guests. Here's some data that I want to share with you this evening. This group earned over $58,000 in scholarships from our community and 1,000 more through grant-based and merit-based scholarships. 139 members of this class took a total of 584 AP courses. 131 of members of this class participated in our internship program, gaining valuable experience in the real world. And the most impressive number, this class completed 13,635 hours of community service. That speaks directly to their character. As you begin the next phase of your life, I'd like to offer you some advice inspired by a quote on my coffee mug. I told them I had a prop today. This coffee mug was provided to me or given to me as a gift from one of our retiring teachers this year, Miss Christine Bouchard, and has been made popular by my favorite TV character, Ted Lasso. The quote reads, "Be curious, not judgmental." When you first read the quote on my mug or watch the scene in Ted Lasso that made it famous, it seems like 4 simple words until you really think about the meaning behind the quote. We live in a world that encourages instant opinions. Social media asks us to judge what's right, wrong, good or bad in a moment of seconds. Yet curiosity asks something different of us. Curiosity asks us to listen before we speak, to learn before we assume, and to understand before we criticize. And most importantly, curiosity reminds us that every person has a story that we don't fully know, and every person matters. As graduates of Jonathan Law High School, you all have different experiences, different backgrounds, and different dreams. Some of you are headed to college or entering the workforce or serving our country, while others will take some time to discover what comes next. No matter what your path is, you will encounter people whose experiences, background, and beliefs differ from your own. When that happens, choose curiosity. Ask questions, seek understanding, listen to perspectives that challenge your own. The future belongs to those that continue to learn long after they leave a classroom. Curiosity is what drives innovation, fuels discovery, and enables people to build meaningful relationships. I also challenge all of you tonight to direct that curiosity inward. Be curious about your own potential. Many of you have already accomplished a lot during your time in high school. You've earned scholarships, performed on stages, excelled in the classroom, and given back to your community. I suspect that you are capable in even more than you realize as you sit before us this evening. People will try to define you with a grade, a score, a job title, a success, or a failure. Don't accept those limitations. Instead, remain curious about who you are and what you can accomplish. As your principal, I've had the privilege of watching you grow over the past 4 years. I've seen students overcome obstacles. I've seen acts of kindness, and I've seen resilience during difficult times. I've shared moments with you that I'll never forget and that I've also learned from. These moments remind me that greatness is not found in perfection. It's found in growth, and the growth of our future begins with curiosity. Class of 2026, you will leave us tonight and enter a world that needs more understanding, more empathy, and more people willing to learn from each other. So be curious, not judgmental. If you do that, you will not only become better people, you will shape our world with better leaders. You have all left your mark at Jonathan Law High School. Continue to learn and to grow. Continue to ask questions and continue to be curious. We believe in you. We are proud of you, and we can't wait to see where your curiosity takes you. Congratulations to the class of 2026. At this time, I'd like to offer a sincere thank you to those who worked to ensure this ceremony to be successful. Our senior class advisors, Alicia Francisco and Jen Russell, Laura Silver, Amy Ferrati, Lindsay Solzicki, Gianni Regini, Jen Dunnick, Teddy Boynton, Jeff Nielsen, our IT department, and the countless staff and community members for their support and volunteerism tonight and throughout the graduation planning process. All of the faculty that you see seated on the field, along with those watching, our entire custodial staff, MGAT, Pat Bradbury, Garrett Clark, and Blessing for the sound and live streaming production. I'd also like to publicly thank Mayor Smith, members of the Board of Education, Board of Aldermen, Board of Finance, and of course, Dr. Kataya, Mr. Altieri, Mr. Brennan, for their leadership and support. At this time, will our graduates please stand? I now invite our Board of Ed Chair, Susan Glennon, up on stage with me to recognize our graduates. Sia Prashant Patil. Fiorella Gargiulo. Layla Josephine Alagna. Aaron Aquele Abby. Catherine Lizbeth Abrego. Ethan Aikenhead. Sebastian Antonio Alvarado. Ava Marie Abrusco. Kira Ashley Askitowicz. Jeremy James Baker. Charlotte Lynn Baldieri. Wala Balu. Emily Bassett. . Zoe Adriana Bates. Roman J. Belbida. Madison Evelyn Benindetti. Christopher Matthew Bukowski. Cindy Marie Bone. Nolan Luke Boyd. Matthew Allen Butler. Jeremy Cole Clark. Nathan Kochi. Gabriella Claire Coffin. Maya Elizabeth Coffin. Caitlin McKenna Coleman. Isla Bella Valentina Concepcion. Maya Grace Cordero. Hunter William Chorus. Nick Cosmis. Molly Abigail Croce. Tristan Crozier. Stefano da Cruz. Gleedson Sergio de Sousa. Kyle Daniels. Colton Derrick. Siddharth Dash. Harley Davidson. Sanaya Davis. Ross DeJusty. Audrey Nicole DeLillo. Alex Dornay. Whoa. Extra long for you. Charlotte Doyle. Carter Revere Joseph Elliott. Aiden Lee Esposito. Olivia Alba Amira Falcon. Benjamin Finch. Connor Finney. Ashley Flores. Wait. Johnny Scott Fonseca Cambrera. Mackenzie Forsyth. Madison Franklin. Surya Gotham. Dulce Paz Gomez. Jacob Lee Gonza. Brian Alexander Gonzalez. Tatiana Marie Gonzalez. Emma Isabella Grubiak. David Jorday Gary. Judira Guillaume. Connor Hamill. Delaney May Hanley. Shane Hansen. Gabe Fisher Howie. Grace Higgins. Dylan Hurley. Amina Mohammed Jader. Ready? Abigail Rose Jenkins. Osiris Johnson. Jackson Judge. Kanish Kamchamanani. Arush Katel. Alexis Kirby. Mel Kirby. Dennis Idolo Korkmaz. Yusef Korkmaz. Harshita Katapali. Madison Kraus. Gleb Labrich. Anderson Lauvai. Thomas Scott Lapham. Jack Ryan LaFave. Amaya Grace Lewis. David Lichtide. Molly Judith Lynch. Brett Manzi. Sebastian David Marino Beltran. Kayla Barry Markowitz. Zaida Dasita Martin. Gabriela Martinez. Sarah Ann McCann. I'm going to come from that way now. Killian Michael McCarthy. Isabel Lee McKenna. Scarlett Maliso. Jaden Life B. Mandahar. Hope Colleen Moran. Gregory Scott Morgan. Colton Morganweck. Avery Catherine Moulton. Mavish Mumtaz. Zachary Naidu. Nicole Eliza Naula. Mackenzie Aurora Nichols. Jaden Nieves. Ryan Nobles. Nadia Sylvia Nuzzo. Rosetta Maureen O'Connell. Brady James O'Neill. Lily Victoria Page Olmsted. Michaela Onofrio. We are an SEC school. No noisemakers. Sorry. Giovanni Alexander Ortiz. Osgood Emin Otai. Elizabeth Pacelli. Angelina Joy Pacheco. Natalie Pank. Madeline Lily Parker. Maria de Los Angeles Patina Delgato. Nicholas Gabriel Senra Paulino. Santiago Duvan Panagos Bannon. Sky Ashlyn Perez. Cooper Petrowski. Lily Addison Plyman. Luca Gianfranco Porco. Samuel Glenn Porzelt. Aiden Scott Ruscati. Emily Ramancha Loha. Natalie Margarita Rendon. Gavin Richards. Sabine Hannah Roberts. Cameron Roberts. Cassandra Ann Rodriguez. Jalen Rogers. Vince Romano. Vanessa Romo Stevens. Emily Roos. Anna Roxana Rusu. Jared Salutis. Jason Sampson. Alyssa Nicole Sanser. Nathaniel Santarcangelo. Santina Olivia Scarpa. Sophia Isabella Scarpa. Christopher Serrano. Melissa Christine Service. Chris Shastri. Arian Sickenham. Keldon West Sylvester. Carlin Skaronsky. Kaylani Marie Smith. Ty Smith. William Lawrence Soda. Marciel Marino Acosta Soto. Charlie R. Speed. Max Evan Steele. Haley Stephen. Nevaeh Annette Sorrell. Gavin Swift. Josh Tandon. Ready? Ciara Tavares. Kiara Tavares. Mars Jasper Thomas. Jalen Tirado. Asias Sincere Torres. Jordan Torres. Marcus Robert Towns. Onaralp Unal. Ana Sophia I. Urashida. Jorge Luis Vargas III. Liani Marie Vargas. Alana Vega. Megan Velasquez. Alani Alexis Velez Bonilla. Lexi Alexandra Velez Bonilla. Ava Versalone. Lucas Vidal. Victor Perez Vocal. Ian Thomas Walker. Sophia Wong. Brian Warner. Benjamin Castro White. Lucia Valentina Wright. Haley Zamora. Haley Alexis Zapata. Thank you. Great. Thank you. I'll tell you why later. And now for closing remarks, I present our president of the class of 2026, Layla Alagna.
Thank you, Mr. Darcy. Good afternoon, families, faculty, friends, members of the Board of Ed, and of course, the class of 2026. My name is Layla Alagna, and I'm the class of 2026 student body president. Before I begin, I want to say a couple thank yous. To every teacher and administrator, thank you for pushing me to my limits, keeping me engaged, and getting to know me beyond my classwork. To my brothers, for keeping me honest and somehow still being kind to me, even when I don't deserve it. And especially to my parents, for never once letting me believe my dreams were too big, even when I did. I wouldn't be standing here without you guys. When I sat down to write this speech, I struggled to figure out how to sum up our most memorable times with the messages that I wanted to send. It felt messy, like a pile of moments I didn't know how to paste together. Kind of like a scrapbook, which I've recently tried actually. And what I've learned is each page is unique and gives you something to look back on. Between the oversaturated digital camera photos to the old tickets from sporting games, we have a lot to remember. Now, I haven't literally kept a scrapbook of the last 4 years between the homework, the exams, and everything else, but I have been keeping a mental one. And here's the scrapbook that I would have made. The first page would be titled, Day 1. I showed up to Jonathan Law freshman year from a small Catholic school, and let's just say it was a bit of a culture shock. I was a bit behind on all of the slang, and the only fashion experience I had was tucking in a uniform perfectly. I was what most of you would call a bot. St. Mary's gave me a foundation of great values, but what it didn't give me was everything else that I've learned from all of you. Walking into law, I had no idea that the people in this building would shape who I would become. And I don't think I'm alone in that. Every single one of us walked in here 4 years ago as some work-in-progress versions of ourselves. We even wrote it down, which brings me to page 2, titled, Dear Future Me. In freshman year health class, we were each handed 3 sheets of paper and asked to write a letter to our future selves to be opened senior year. It included the silly questions like, who's your crush and what's the biggest trend right now? But one question that always stuck with me was, how have your peers influenced you? Freshman me wrote that my peers influenced me to be myself, and I seriously had no idea how true that would come to be. What I didn't realize was that each of you, in ways big and small, helped me fill in the blanks of who I was becoming. And I know I wasn't the only one figuring it out. Page 3 would just be titled, Us. While we were figuring things out, we were all doing it together, whether we realized it or not. We bonded over little things, like debating over our mascot. Are we the lawmen, the eagles, the jury? I'm not entirely sure about you guys, but I now identify as an eagle, but you do you. We survived every Friday to the sound of Mr. Beeler blasting the song Friday by Rebecca Black in the hallways. And I think I speak for all of us when I say that we won't miss that at 7 a.m. in the morning. Love you, Beeler. And somewhere in between, we managed to make a viral prom video. Shout out to Mr. Louie for being Instagram famous. But some of my favorite memories were the ones where we were all together. I remember homecoming of sophomore year. The song Fiend had just dropped, and it was the song that everyone requested. At every dance since then, whenever Fiend played, everyone knew that their voices were about to be lost and their toes about to be stepped on. But we loved every minute of it. And then there was tug of war at the pep rallies. Even though our grade almost always seemed to lose, it was a moment that would make everyone smile and laugh. Of course, we can't forget the excitement and energy surrounding our heated rivalry with 4 in high school, along with our intense senior assassin game that took place off campus. We really came together in a plethora of ways. These are the moments that I wish I could cut and paste into my book. The last page would be called Home. Every one of us, at some point in these 4 years, found our people. For me as a freshman, it was the soccer team. I remember walking into first-year tryouts knowing very few people, and leaving with a core group of girls who became my close friends. But what I remembered most as a freshman were the seniors. They didn't have to welcome me, they didn't have to give me rides or make me feel like I belonged, but they did anyway. That team, even in our losing seasons, was my first home outside of home. I've spent 4 years trying to be that for someone else, and I hope each of you found your versions of that too. Whether it was a team, a club, a lunch table, or just a group of people who made the hallways feel a little less overwhelming, those people are worth keeping. And it's those people, those pages, that changed us. Somewhere between page 1 and page 4, something shifted. We're not the same people who walked in here 4 years ago. We're louder, more comfortable in our own skin, and a little more sure of who we are. Some might call it arrogance, but I call it growth. And that confidence is what's going to carry us through whatever comes next. Our school has a tradition. Each year, they ask the seniors, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Like we're supposed to have it all mapped out. Today, I'm going to ask you, instead of looking forward 10 years, look back 10 years. You were 8 years old, probably still figuring out your multiplication tables. Not a worry in your mind about this day. And yet, Every person, every lesson, every moment between then and now brought you exactly where you're supposed to be. In these seats, on this field, surrounded by the people who have helped you and who are so proud of you. Be proud of the person that you've become. Trust that the next 10 years will find you just the same. You don't need to have it all figured out today. This is the scrapbook that I would have made, one that I can look back on and be proud of, the good with the bad, the struggles with the successes. And I hope somewhere in these pages you found something to be proud of too. One last thing. Though many of you didn't know me in 8th grade, I made a promise to myself I'd end this speech the exact same way I did 4 years ago with this quote. Regardless of where we are headed, let's never forget where we came from. Thank you, Jonathan Law, for everything, and congratulations to the class of 2026. At this time, I would like to recognize Mrs. Francisco and Miss Russell for their work as our class advisors. On behalf of the class of 2026, we want you to know that we appreciate everything you have done for us, and we will always remember you. Thank you. Graduates, please stand. Now, please join me in moving our tassels from the right side to the left side as we move on to the next stage of our lives as it begins right now. Thank you.
At this time, our choir will lead us in our Alma Mater.
True, we will always give to your high school. Our alma mater will be true forevermore.
Guys ready? That concludes our ceremony. Congratulations to the class of 2026!